Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. This is a weekly show where brands watch other brands' ads.
If you look at Netflix, they actually put some money behind producing original content.
And I think clearly Prime are trying to somehow beat Netflix at the game here.
But to have the opportunity to become a voice actor and dub over a foreign film, baby, put me in, coach. They did that.
My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and we're brought to you as ever by our partners Contagious, who helped us choose the ad this week. But before we see this week's creative, let's meet this week's guests.
My name is Duarte Garrido, and I'm the global head of social and omnichannel activation for Standard Chartered.
I'm Phil. I'm the chief marketing officer of Purplebricks.
I'm Lequita Sharrock. I am the CEO of Sharrock Media Group. I'm also the nonprofit organization founder for Beyond the Booth, Inc.
What a fantastic panel. Let's see this week's ads.
In France, there are two kinds of people. The ones who watch their series in original version.
You call me dad.
And the ones who watch them in French version.
Tu m'as appelé papa.
Well,
we are in France. We speak French.
Most people are definitely part of the second group.
Okay.
And we, at Prime Video, we just want you to enjoy your show the way it suits you best. That's why we launched the Prime Video Dubbing Factory, a 100% TikTok contest that gave people the opportunity to become the next French voiceover artists of one of our shows. All they had to do was to dub an extract of their favorite content using the duet functionality.
Mon père a disparu le jour de ma naissance et ma mère entre et sort de désintox comme si c'était un fast-food. Personne n'attend rien de moi.
It feels like a karaoke, right? But it was way more complicated than that.
Oh, ça va. On se détend, les gars. On se détend.
The operations sent the TikTok community crazy. Influencers was there too.
T'as embrassé? Qu'est-ce que t'as dit?
Comme si c'était un fast-food.
Comment t'as été sorti avec Manu aussi?
Je savais quoi vous avez essayé de vous jeter dans le temps.
So were the real French voiceover artists.
Alors ça, tu vois, c'est une bonne question.
And from the 83,000 participations, we had to select the best one.
Ouais, bah pendant que t'embrassais un autre mec, moi je baisais Molly.
And we kept our word, bringing Philippe to the actual recording session of The Boys Season 3, one of our most popular shows.
Ah oui, désolé. Tenez, ça doit être ça.
Joli calibre. Bienvenue. Suivant.
Amazon Talking about being popular.
Casting pour trouver la voix off française de sa prochaine série, un casting très original.
Ouais, parce que c'est sur le réseau social TikTok et tout le monde peut participer.
There are three kinds of people. The ones who watch their series in original version, the ones who watch them in French version, and the ones who take part in it.
Can you give this ad a vote out of 5? 1, 2, 3. A 3 and a 4. What's going on outside of this campaign? Help us understand the context within which this is being shown.
So I think what's interesting is what's going on in non-English speaking countries is the sort of the big shows that Netflix and Amazon and HBO are creating are generally in English, and clearly the local markets need to do something with those with those shows, with those content. So I think this is quite a neat idea by an agency in France, and I think clearly Prime are trying to somehow beat Netflix at the game here by making sort of a localized version of that sort of English language content and copy. Making that relevant and interesting in France.
I'm from Portugal, right? In Portugal, we actually watch everything with subtitles in the original language. But we are probably the only country in Southern Europe who does that. Spain, Germany, France, Italy, they all dub their movies and their TV shows. They've done that for ages. They still do. It's kind of frowned upon now. It was very common when I was younger. And now it's kind of like, guys, keep up with the times, make it in English, put in subtitles. But it's still something that is kind of part of their cultural essence. Amazon is playing to that. So without betting on original content, on regional content, they're speaking to the culture of these countries. So it's actually pretty smart.
One of the first things that I was like, wow, they did that. They swooped in and grabbed it before Netflix or any of the other streaming services did with the foreign films is not as big in the US. It's not as big, especially in France, it's huge, right? And the dubbing and all that, and the foreign titles. And like I know with the streaming services, when you're watching foreign films, they're so right. You have a different kind of people. You have those who are like keeping on and trying to read it. And then you got some who are switch it up to the original. I'm one of those that like to challenge myself. You see what I'm saying? And I like to get in it and think that I'm all in it. So I'm like, it's all off point. It might be misread and all this and all that, but you're feeling it. So I love the fact that they capitalize on that. And with TikTok, come on, young generation. It's quick. You got to hurry up and get their attention span. And I'm like one of the newcomers on TikTok trying to get in the game, and it is so amazing how you can, the thing is dubbing. You dub over original people, but to have the opportunity to become a voice actor and dub over a foreign film, bad, put me in, coach. They did that.
Is it interesting enough to the people who aren't already subscribed to the shows that they're talking about?
No. But I do think there is some merit in this. What Amazon did was they took what is actually a weakness and turned it into an opportunity. If you look at Netflix, they actually put some money behind producing original content in France, in Spain, in Portugal. Amazon didn't do that. Most of Amazon's shows are English language shows. So they went hyper-local to go global, which is the right way of doing things.
So it felt a little bit like we at Amazon want to go out and get people to engage in our campaign and do a fun thing. And then we're going to kind of film that and put that into a sort of a way of proving to people what content we've got or how great the brand is, etc. But we're going to do an act first. We're going to do a something. And that act in itself says things about our brand to people that either take part or see that campaign and that act itself. For me, it almost felt a little bit old school in some ways. 10 years ago, this would have been done on Facebook. When PR agencies try and preview the reach of a campaign, I'm always a little bit worried about things like 300 million people saw the hashtag. Like, what does that actually mean? I don't doubt the truth of this. I'm more just saying how much was paid for, what was truly sort of organic and earned, and is this a better way of doing it than doing other types of marketing and advertising?
What would be your builds on this?
So what I would have done differently was put more of the experience in there. I think life is all about the experience. So to hype it up a little bit more. And at the end of the day, it's about the numbers. Is the subscriptions going to go up? Are we getting new subscribers? What is the end result? I would hope that the subscription numbers would go up, because I didn't necessarily hear about it so much on TikTok. But when you got paid influencers and you got their followers coming in, it could be a little bit different.
I think the ad itself, the creative, isn't actually that regional, although they've put in the narrator with a sort of French accent, but speaking English, which I think is not the right approach. But it still looks like a standard US, UK ad. It doesn't feel French. It doesn't sound French. There's no Frenchness to it, right? I think that I would really rethink the creative with my hyper-local hat on, so that the creative, not just the campaign, is relevant for the target audience, which is, in this case, French people.
Would you sign off this campaign in its current form, yes or no? 1, 2, 3. There we have it. Duarte, Lequita, Phil, thank you so much.